Oh, it did it again.
Hold on.
There you
This
are.
should fix it.
Yep,
Okay.
you're good now.
Okay, I won't mess with it now. Go live.
We are live.
Awesome. I love it.
Oh, right in the nick of time, dude.
Good. Let me get this laptop set up real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead. We'll give everybody a minute to start joining in here.
Make sure I've got this on mute. You might hear Baby Pipe Hunter in the background, but that'll be okay.
That's not a problem. Not a problem.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Lord.
And hopefully no one will mind. Actually, I don't really care. I've got a little...
I've got a little something there.
Cheers.
Cheers. What are you drinking?
Evan Williams, just the regular.
Hey! Mr. Tunnel Take Jr. Number one again. In the chat. What's going on, brother? So what we got today, man, I'll go ahead and start showing this off, is I hope I've been saying it correctly. On the one review I did watch, they said Reiver pipes and tobacco. And this one, oh, it's going to be backwards. I'm so sorry. This one is the Invictus Mineo, if I'm saying that correctly. It's a Scottish blend, and the name has to do with Scottish lore and all that stuff. And here I have the Blackmail. It's an English crumble cake with cigar leaf added to it. And I didn't ask, but I wonder if it's like Habano or what specifically he added. Jackknife plug and the OMS poker. Hey, I just got some jackknife plug in the mail today. And me and Hunter's both going to be smoking in our Savinelli 311s Tunnel Take Jr., so you'll be happy to see that. Big Mike is in the chat. What is going on? Mrs. Delta Kilo, audio is good.
All the 311 talk yesterday. We had to break out both the 311s for this one.
Big Mike smoking some Old Dark Fired. I know that's one of Hunter's favorites.
You got it, Junior.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. So this first one is, we'll go ahead and pack the pipe here. Reiver Invictus Mineo. And Hunter, you got the 10 notes on that one, the description?
Yeah, so this is a Scottish mixture.
Hey, Codger.
If you Google Scottish, if you ask 5 different blenders what a Scottish blend is, you'll get about 7 different answers.
That sounds right.
It has Red Virginia, Oriental, Dark Fired, Latakia, and Perique. And this is a ribbon cut mixture.
So from my experience, this is exactly what I'd expect from a Scottish blend. You tried it too, right? Yeah, we both tried this already, and it is fantastic. Ooh, no way! He's using Pennsylvania broadleaf.
Oh man.
So Dan, I don't know if so guys, the blender and owner of this company is in the chat. Everybody say what's up to him. That is extremely cool. Dan, I don't know if I mentioned it, but on our podcast, we actually do pipes and cigars. The last few weeks, it's been very pipe dominant, but we are both cigar people and nerd out on it equally as strong. So if he's saying Pennsylvania cigar wrapper, that can only mean Pennsylvania broadleaf. So coffee and 1792, very nice. So I just placed a huge order for 1792 flake on the drop this past week. Yeah, I know Hunter's probably feeling the not being able to get Old Dark Fired as well, Mike. It sadly, that's a lot of people.
The closest thing that we've found that it actually isn't really close to Old Dark Fire, but it scratches the itch is a Briarworks Smokehouse. That's a fantastic blend that came out this year.
I do like Smokehouse.
A touch of Latakia in it, but it's a really good blend. So if you're an Old Dark Fired fan, give Smokehouse a shot. I think you'll enjoy it.
I don't know how prevalent the fire cured is in it, but this is Reiver tobacco, Reiver, and this is the Invictus Mineo, and I might be saying that wrong. And that's going to be backwards on the screen. I'm so sorry about that. I might thumbnail this with his blend description here later, so that's available. But guys, if you're interested in this, you can check out their Facebook group. It's Reiver Pipes and Tobacco on Facebook. Search that up. They have a group there, and that is Reiver, and there will be details there about all the blends and the descriptions, and you can find out more about it there. As far as I know, Codger, it is just the Facebook group for now. It is, an artisan blend. I don't know, a micro blend. Is that offensive? But
Boutique.
Oh, he doesn't use Facebook. Well, email me, Codger, and I'll get you in touch somehow, buddy. That's not a problem. You email me, and good on you for not using Facebook. And I'll make sure we figure something out.
When I first light it up, I get the Latakia. It has that really nice smoky, woody quality. Junior.
Leave it to Junior. Yo, Walt is in the house. Hey, Dan, I don't know if you know Walt, but Carolina Kirk here in the chat is been singing your praises here since I've mentioned me finding your blends, and he has tried them as well, and he's a big fan of this one that we are smoking right now. Yeah, Big Mike, we were talking about Briarworks Smokehouse. Me and Hunter have both smoked a fair amount of that this summer, and it's definitely on both of our lists as potentially, a blend of the year candidate. It's really good.
It's up there, top 3. Worst case.
Okay, got the pronunciation right. Okay, Walt says he does know Dan. That is awesome. That is so cool. So on the retro hell, I'm getting read me the 10 description one more time, Hunter. I know you have it there.
Red Virginia, Oriental, Dark Fired Kentucky, Latakia, and Perique.
Okay, so on the Linger, I have the Latakia, but on the retro hell, the Orientals are really coming through.
I get a lot of Oriental.
Yeah, in a good way, like how Nightcap is very rich Orientals, which I certainly like. And guys, I'm talking so much, I'm gonna have to relight this pipe 30,000 times. You'll have to forgive me.
This is a rich blend. There's a lot of depth to the flavor of the leaf. I can tell Dan's using very good quality leaf because it just has each varietal kind of pops really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do know on the Facebook group, on the Reiver Pipes and Tobacco Facebook group, there's a guy doing reviews that's posted on there. And in one of the reviews, he says that Dan is using Cornell and Dill components. And I haven't asked. I don't know the truth of that or if that's disclosed, but that's what he said. And of course, everyone knows the quality of Cornell and Dill leaf.
I mean, on the podcast, last episode or the episode before, we were just talking about Per Jensen saying he was amazed by, going from McBaron to Cornell and Dill and just seeing the quality of leaf they have because they use so little casing, so little topping. The flavor has to come from the leaf, and just the selection that he got to play with when he made the new Per Jensen Legacy Collection blends just like really blew him away. And this is a master at his craft, so to see him kind of amazed, I thought was a really telltale sign.
I agree. What a look behind the curtain with someone that's been in the industry as long as Per. And I say Jensen, of course it's Per Jensen, but that his whole life he's been in the tobacco industry. His father, of course, was very well established, and he has seen pretty much everything there is to offer. And obviously, he was not completely aware of exactly what was going on at Cornell and Dill, because he was surprised. Yep. Cornell and Dill and GLPs, absolutely. I got some GLPs products in the mail today. They were running a big sale on them, and I've got Jackknife Plug and what was the nighttime mixture, Hunter?
The Quiet Nights.
Quiet Nights. That's it. Yeah, I got 2 more in today. I was talking last night about the Black Point. Of course, that's a great blend. Big Mike, I hope you give them a try, man. Really good stuff. Yeah, Big Mike, if you can't find Brothers in Arms at Smoking Pipes, try looking at Nova. I know, I don't know if they have it in stock right now, but Nova's working to get more in. No casing, no topping, moistened with distilled water only in order to let the tobacco speak for itself. Dan, that's what we're talking about here. You know, in our cigar stuff and in our pipe stuff, neither one of us are Aero guys, not discriminating. I wish I was an Aero guy so that I could try more tobacco, right? But I don't like aromatics as much as I wish I did. And in cigars, I don't like any tomfoolery either. I want the natural tobacco. And if you have to ferment it or do something to get a little nuanced flavor, that's fine. You know, and
right the first time, you don't have to add any flavoring.
Right. And of course, in cigars, you can do stuff like switch the regions, switch the primings, and do different stuff. But there's not a lot you can add to tobacco for me that increases its palatability. We love tobacco, and me, I know Hunter does as well, but I'm speaking strictly for myself here. I really like rich tobacco flavor. I like it strong and rich and unadulterated. I really do.
Now that I've smoked this blend down just a little bit here, the spice builds up, and especially the dark fired Kentucky builds up. It's building up the it has its own woody component, but it's more of that charred woody component that dark fired has, and it has its own spice. And it plays really well with the Oriental that I got upon the initial light. And so the two contrast really nicely. And of course, this is just a first impression. Usually I have time to smoke several bowls, make notes, different pipes, all that. But
so Carolina Kirk says rum, and I'll have to tell him I don't disagree. After saying all that about not liking toppings, adding a little bit of rum to a really strong tobacco like that rum twist I've been smoking is actually fantastic. So I'm not against anything topping. I'm just extremely picky. If it's anything artificial, like I've been trying to find a chocolate I like, and they all taste like chocolate liqueur pretty much. So not a huge fan of that. Mark is in the chat. Good evening, Mark. Good to see you, brother.
I like Autumn Evening. I've been smoking it for the first time in like 8 years, enjoying it. Lane Limited HGL is an old standby for me. I've smoked a few bowls of it. It has a Latakia component. And then, of course, Walt sent me some of the HU tobaccos, and the Dock Worker really stood out to me. It had that cocoa note, but also had some fruit on top of it, and the two paired very well. But what I liked about it is, even though it did have a bit of topping, it was still tobacco forward. You know what I mean? It didn't dominate the blend.
So I tell you what's funny with this Scottish blend being, you know, a little bit on the lighter side, right? This would be a great morning, everyday smoke. But something else that came to mind would be a pairing. This would probably pair very well with a Scotch that wasn't overly peated, right? Or bourbon, or bourbon. I'm a bourbon guy, so I'm just trying to be, you know,
all inclusive.
That's right. I got a nice bourbon in there. I'm waiting to open.
But this does fit a Scottish to me. When I think of a Scottish blend, this has that kind of taste.
And the look too. Do you have your loose bag there with you? Hold that up to the camera and see what everyone can see, guys. This is the yeah, it's a little shadowy, but guys, it's a beautifully lighter colored blend with absolutely amazing contrast. It's what you would expect.
Pretty sure I can do that again.
Tunnel Take Jr. says rum twist was good.
Let's see if that's any better.
Oh yeah, you can see it good there. That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful cut, beautiful color and contrast.
Beautiful 10 note.
Harbor Dream is a chocolate burley. Okay, maybe I'll try that one because I love the cocoa nuts I get from Burley's Carolina Kirk. Like the cocoa nut that I get from the Wessex Burley Slice. Rum Maple. Okay.
You know, Petey had a little bit, what do you call it?
Sherman's March.
Country Petey had a little bit of the cocoa topping. It wasn't overly done, but it was really nice. And it reminded me a little bit of the cocoa that's used on Prince Albert. So it was like a modern day version of like Prince Albert. I mean, it was a ready rub, so it was very different. It had Oriental in it, but just you know, if somebody was a Prince Albert guy, but they wanted a little bit more sophistication to it, that'd be a great direction to go.
H.U. Makawa. Millennial says that one has a good cocoa taste. I don't know. I haven't had that one. Hunter, have you had that one?
Nope, haven't had it.
Haven't had it. Okay. I'll keep my eye out for that one. It's funny how in an English or a Balkan or a Scottish just like this, he said, yes, lowland whiskey is best with it. I like the way he's thinking. It's funny how the Virginias, though, really hold it together. And it's not what punches you in the face, especially when you have Latakias and you have Orientals. Those tend to be a little bit more dominant in the flavor profile, but it's like it's all held together by Virginias. I think technically speaking, to be English, all it has to be is Virginia tobacco with Latakia added. The old classic definition of an English blend is just Virginias with Latakia. But, you know, it would be missing everything without the Virginias. So I think the selection of the Virginias, especially in something lighter like this, I bet there's a lot of playing with proportions and percentages to nail that in just right.
Well, he's using red Virginia too, which is going to have a naturally deeper flavor, which gives, you know, kind of boosts a little bit of that low note, bassy note that this blend has. It's on the lighter side, but it kind of has that maybe middle ground note, I'll say, kind of like 965. You know what I mean? It's not nearly bright like early morning pipe is, but it's not that real heavy Latakia rich nightcap either. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Carolina Kirk and Piper 81 both say they get cocoa from Five Brothers. I get nicotine from Five Brothers is what I get. No, I'm kidding. There is a slight natural burley cocoa to the Five Brothers. Speaking of Five Brothers, I got some sent right now to Porch Piper Tom. So he should be receiving that today or tomorrow. Let's hopefully that and the coffee I sent him doesn't put him over the edge.
Dan, when you get that paper written, send it my way because I would love to see the official definition of a Scottish blend.
Hey, man, I'm extremely interested in that too. We nerd out in this stuff, and I need all the resources I can get because, you know, I don't think my frontal lobe developed as much as my brother's, slightly of a smooth brain. But, yeah, I would love to read that. That would be most interesting. Yeah, so Total Take Jr. Says strictly, you know, with English, that's the classic. But remember the purity standard. English crossovers technically don't exist, but I love them anyway. Hey, great point. Great point, Total Take Jr.
It is smoking well in this 311, though.
Mm-hmm. If I could stop talking for 2 seconds and keep mine going, I'd be doing good. That's the classic making a video for me while I'm smoking a pipe syndrome.
If I could stop smoking the pipe, I might be able to say something here, but I can't put it down.
It's good, isn't it?
It's good.
So talking to Dan, he wanted us to be very honest about this. And luckily for me, that's really easy to do right now because I'm really enjoying it. when you're enjoying yourself, speaking honestly, is not a problem. And this has been a fantastic blend, and I am really enjoying it. Dan says
Percentage.
the percentages in some components is in the tenths of ounces. That's how fine-tuned some of these blends have to be. Tunnel Tech Jr. is packing his 311 Bullseye Flake
There we go.
in the Green Gator.
It's 311 night.
It's 311 night. We're going to take over.
I've seen blends like one of my favorite blends, and it flies under the radar, is Cornell and Deal Speakeasy, which is a burly, dark-fired Kentucky blend. It's got some Virginia in it, of course, but there's a very small amount of Latakia. And just like what Dan's talking about, the Latakia used in it would be in the tenths. You know, it's like 3 to 5%, I would say. This is not an English blend. It's just a little bit to give it a touch of smokiness and kind of boost some of the woody notes that the dark fired has, used very, very condimentally.
Dan said he will pass that along to us once he gets it up, so I'm looking forward to that. Piper81 says smoking some opening nights in my Rossi 8673.
The Inferno.
Yeah, so I have an 8673. Hunter has at least one. He might have several. And mine's a smoker. It is. Mine's smooth. It's a red finish. It's a beautiful pipe for the money. What is it, $60, $65? It's
easy. I'm sorry, I meant Easy Times. I'm sorry about that, Millennial Codger.
He's calling you out.
Easy Times.
Get him, Codger.
Speakeasy is the Oriental Virginia Navy Flake with the rum topping. Yeah.
He's had his other window popped up, Googling you. You know, look, when someone is as shallow and pedantic as me, I have nothing but respect for him. All right?
Yeah, I got my blends mixed up. Easy Times. Cornell and Deal, Easy Times.
I hadn't had any. So what is the Speakeasy? If Codger, if you know what that blend is, or Hunter, either one, somebody inform me.
This is a Cornell and Deal Navy flake. It's a Virginia flake. It has a good bit of Oriental in it, and it has a very nice rum topping to it. But it's part of the Cellar series, so you can smoke it fresh, and it's very good. But you can also age it 10 to 15 years, which is the way it was designed to be part of. Bijou is another one of that series that's very popular. There's a few.
I remember you mentioning this now. Yeah.
I've been smoking Speakeasy for a couple of years. I've gone through a few tins. I don't see a lot of people talk about it, but I was looking over, and I guess I meant to look at Easy Times. I looked at Speakeasy on my wall of tins here, but Speakeasy is and actually it's a lot like one of those Cornell and Deal small batch blends. Maybe it was the Sun Bear Navy Cast. I thought was similar to Speakeasy with the rum and the Oriental.
Okay, I got you. Millennialism Codger says Speakeasy. Oh no, sorry. He says no need for Google. It's one of my favorites.
Got good taste.
Mark says he has the NOTTE. I don't remember how to pronounce that. He says it's a great smoker. Carolina Kirk asks, do y'all have Steel Cap? I do not. I don't know if Hunter does. Codger says underrated for sure, Hunter. Do you have Steel Cap?
Steel Cap. Is that a blend?
He says it like it's a blend. I don't know.
Kirk, you'll have to revolt. You'll have to give me some more information. I'm afraid I'm not sure.
I'm telling you, 311 smokes so well with anything with Latakia in it. It is my go-to for Englishes, for Balkans, and apparently for Scottishes too. I'm not as familiar as probably most of you guys with Scottish blends. I've had a couple. I know I have some Scottish Flake I got in today. Hunter, do you remember the brand name of that orange tin? It's a gentleman's name.
Robert McConnell.
McConnell. Yeah, Robert McConnell's
Flake.
Huh?
Cake or flake?
I got the flake.
The flake. Okay. I always smoke the cake.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's one of Dan's blends. Okay, I see.
Oops, my bad, Dan.
It was probably right there on the card. I really only paid attention to the ones I ordered. I should have ordered all of them. and we'll get there at some point. Yeah, that makes me sound extremely rude. I'm terribly sorry. I'm not familiar with all of Dan's offerings yet, but that's why we're here. I'm getting familiar with them, and so far I'm really liking what I'm trying. Guys, what we're smoking next is going to be this beautiful English crumble cake with, I'm so excited, Pennsylvania broadleaf in it. How cool is that, man? Me and Hunter's had the conversation. I don't know if it's been recorded, talking about cigar leaf in pipe tobacco. How much I would desire to try the different cigar leaves in pipe tobacco. And I mentioned specifically broadleaf. I could have said Connecticut instead of Pennsylvania, but it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. They ran out of farmland, and it's expensive to grow in Pennsylvania or Connecticut, so they started growing some in Pennsylvania in the Amish country. It is just as good. I mean that. So Piper 81 says he loves Robert McConnell's Scottish Flake. Dan is smoking his Mistro. Oh, Hunter, you're going to have to try to pronounce that, buddy.
Yeah. Maestro?
Well, that's... Yeah, Maestro. And then the second word there. My goodness.
Maestro Geppetto. One of his blends, I believe.
Gotcha. Dan says that the McConnell's is cased with mild heather honey. Boy, that does sound good.
I'm cool with that.
The McConnell Scottish blends. Interesting. I haven't tried it yet. I have a 10 in there I got today. I got a big order, actually 2 big orders of tobacco in today. I got a whole bunch of Samuel Galwith and Hogarth, and I got some Amphora Burley to try. 13 Pipes was recommending that to me, and I watched a Beans video on that today as well. So all kinds of new, dark, rich stuff for me to try. I've been in kind of a rabbit hole with the Burleys and the darker stuff. Typically speaking, I'm more of an English smoker, and I smoked Englishes for 10 years probably.
At least solid decade.
Yeah, big English smoker. I've smoked a lot of Latakia. I still cannot taste food properly, but we're getting over it.
Palate burnout. Dan, if you like the McConnell Scottish Flake, make sure you give the Scottish cake a try. That's a fantastic blend.
You said cake twice, I think.
Well, cake's so good, you got to have it twice.
All right, Hunter, we are 28 minutes in. Man, I think I'm going to let this cool down for a second so I can dump it out. I'm wanting to try this crumble cake, man.
You want to do it?
Yeah. So the Invictus Mineo was fantastic. I don't know of anything I would improve on that. That is my honest feedback.
I have a different pipe, actually. I think there's another pipe that I'd like to smoke.
You liar.
I know, man, but, I got to be different.
Hey, have a great night. A millennialism codger. It was great seeing you, brother. Oh, Carolina Kirk says Amphora are pear Jensen blends as well. I didn't know that. I was unaware. I think look, you don't have to tell me it doesn't smoke like it. I smoke Parrot Cake, Captain Earl's Night Watch. Give me the lap bombs. It doesn't scare me one bit. Hunter, I did forget something, so I have to get up. None of my pipe tools in here have a hook. I will be right back.
Oh, you're all good. I'll take over. Church warden, by the way, and I can't think of. I think it was Piper 81. We were talking about Rick at the Gatlin Burlier yesterday, and I picked up this church warden actually at the Gatlin Burlier, and it's the only church warden I have, but it's really nice. An Aldo Villani. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but pretty sweet pipe. But yeah, I love the Gatlin Burlier.
All right, I got a pro tip if you're ready for it.
I'm ready.
Okay, so everybody knows I am words Captain Burley Slice, and in order to properly be a superhero, you got to have superpowers. And I do have one superpower, and that is the best pipe tool in the world to get the dottle out. So I don't know if anyone's ever used this on a tobacco pipe besides me. I don't know if I've ever told Hunter about this.
I already know what you're doing.
You know what I got?
Pocket knife?
No, I use a pocket knife for everything, guys. I cut my cigars with a pocket knife. I do everything, but I don't. I actually have a lock pick. This is a medium pick, but yes, this is an actual lock pick to get the dottle out. And there's nothing in this earthly plane that works as good. And I mean that. It's flexible. It's fantastic.
So there's this new invention made just for pipers. It's called a check tool.
I got one somewhere around here.
You know,
Man, I
part of
usually
that check tool, there's this little pick.
no, dude, no. Nothing works as good as this lock pick. That's a medium hook lock pick, and I'm telling you, just cleans it right out.
Dude, got it right.
I usually don't even use a tamper. I've got real nice tampers sitting around here, and I usually end up putting my caveman finger in it anyway. So
yeah, I've done that. I don't have quite as good luck.
All right, where did I sit my?
So yeah, you want to introduce the next one? You got the actual paper in front of you, don't you?
I don't. Actually, I've lost the next blend. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay, so we have Blackmail, which is in English with cigar leaf added. And I'll show you the sample that I have here. Beautiful cake.
Well, this isn't embarrassing at all.
Good job, man. Right on live. It's dense, by the way. Dane did a fantastic job with it. Can you guys hear that? It actually kind of hurt my nail. But it's dense. I really enjoy that. I like a nice, dense cake.
Did I take it out of the room with me? This is weird.
This is the fun part, breaking a little piece of it off. You lose the blend. We'll be right back, guys. Chapstick is as a tamper. I have used chapstick as a tamper before. I've been in my truck and I couldn't find my tamper going down the road, and I found a chapstick. And this isn't chapstick. This is a vapor inhaler. But same thing. I've had to use that and just stuff it. Any luck?
I've sat it somewhere. I got stuff piled up everywhere because I was going through stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Man, what have I done?
Hey, the blend smells nice.
So, someone scroll back through my live and tell me where I sat it.
Hey, it looks like this.
Yeah, break me off a piece.
Here, let me just hand it to you real quick.
It's fallen between something. I know it did not just disappear. I had it in my hand before I went to get my hook.
Junior says, make a universal copper chapstick cap for safety. That's not a bad idea. Oh.
Okay, you just go ahead and
you're good.
Light it up, and I'm going to lose my mind.
Yes, Junior, very nice cake. Let me do that again. I want to give it the flick test here. Even though I've broken a corner of it off, you can actually hear it. That is wonderful. But you can pinch a piece off, breaks off very nicely, rubs out very nicely to a very nice ribbon cut, which I like. Moisture seems good.
This is insane.
The components. Let me say the components real quick. So Blackmail is in English with added cigar leaf. So we have, of course, a good dose of Latakia plus Virginia, Burley, and the Pennsylvania cigar leaf. And it's rich smelling, very deep. It has the Latakia, mustiness, but at the same time, it has that smoky flavor and a touch of the incense characteristic the Latakia can have. But I feel like I pick up on the sweetness from the Virginia. Dan, you'll have to let me know if there's red Virginia in this. I may be wrong, but it smells like red Virginia to me. I can't pick up on the burley in the tin of Roma. I'll see if I can do that while smoking. And I would say the cigar leaf definitely attributes to the deepness of the blend, and probably some of the richness as well.
The missus went back and said I sat it to the right.
You're right.
She said right. Look, it did not dematerialize. This is crazy.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Hey, folks, we'll drink to that. Well, hey, man, while you get that together, I'm going to relight the first blend because it was good.
This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh, you know what? Mark's got a good idea. Piper 81. He says I should go ahead and just light this up and smoke it and tell you about it and tell you how good it is, just to rub it in your face. I would, but he gave me this sample. I went and met.
No, go ahead and light it up so the people can hear about it while I make a complete buffoon of myself.
Okay, let me pack this church warden again, or get to packing it as I had started on. Yeah, Junior, it definitely has that. I call it the incense note, and it's just it's almost like a spice in a way, but it's that very semi-floral, but kind of just unique smell that it has, and not always. It just depends on the blend and also the varietals that are along with it. You know, the other varietals will change the characteristics in the aroma of the blend. So, you know, you can smell just the Latakia on its own and it will have its Latakia note. But once you start mixing in cigar leaf, burley, Virginias, the Latakia will change somewhat. Everything affects everything with tobacco, and that's why blending is such a very, very difficult job. It is red. Okay, so Dan said it was red. I was thinking it was red Virginia in this as well. I could kind of pick up on that. Red Virginia has its own kind of richness and deepness to it. So, 1 second, gentlemen. All right, let me get this lit. We'll dive into it a little bit. Where did I put my? I've been fooling with lighters lately. I've been having such a fuss with them that while inside, I've actually been using matches a lot, which I haven't done in years, but I'm really liking. Me too, Junior. Red Virginia definitely has a special place for me. And there's so much you can do with it. If you taste like what do you call it? McClellan Red Virginia. And then like Sutless Bulk Red Virginia. And then something that Cornell and Deal makes. It's all three Red Virginia, but they're all three very, very different. But they're all three delicious. What's going on, Alex? Welcome to the chat. So, do you guys think, speaking of Red Virginia, do you think Cornell and Deal will release Carolina Red Flake this year, or re-release it this year? I hope they do, and I hope they include Perique in it again. Because as I've mentioned a lot before, I'm a Perique nut. And for those of us just joining us, Captain Burley Slice misplaced some tobacco. He's looking for it.
Dude, I'm gonna lose my mind is what I'm gonna do.
He's going to lose his mind is what he's going to do. But he will find it, and he will be back to the program soon.
Found it.
Awesome. And Walt says,
so when I dropped it, I also dropped this bandana that conveniently landed on top of it.
Gotcha. So Walt, they are for sure doing Carolina Red Flake with Farik this year.
Hey Alex, what's going on, man? Long time no talk. Mark said what?
What is it?
What were you saying? I'm so sorry.
Well, I was saying, we were having a discussion on Red Virginia, and I was asking if anyone thought they would bring Carolina Red Flake back for this year. And I said, if they do, I hope they have it with Perique like they did a few years ago. And Walt said, I've lost it here. Yes, with Perique they are. So it sounds like they are bringing it back with Perique for this year, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, excellent.
That's the Carolina Red Flake is the Red Virginia Flake they release usually about every year, and it is really, really good. And some years they have the Perique in it. It's really good stuff. And then they combined a few of the Carolina Red Flakes and a couple other varietals they used in some of their small batch blends, and they made Anthology back in 2023. And I think that was to celebrate 20 some years, and that was Cornell and Deal celebration. But anyhow, it was like a Frankenstein blend of a bunch of different small batch blends or components of small batch blends together. It was under his hat.
Look, guys, it would have to be on a live, and it would have to be while I just had it in my hand. Like, you can't make this up. Dan said he's only had McClellan blends twice. Both times were samples, and he missed out like an idiot. And you know what? I wish I was into Burleys earlier in my pipe. I've been smoking a pipe for a very long time and wasn't into Burleys until here recently. I wish I could have got the Wessex Burley Slice and the Solani aged Burley Flake prior to the current changes that they underwent. So I'm with you there.
I love Haunted Bookshop. I've been smoking it regularly since 2017. And I wish I could go back in time and tell myself, save a little bit of that cash and buy some Wessex Burley Slice, some Solani aged Burley Flake, a few of these others harder to get blends that we love smoking now. HH Burley Flake. I mean,
so what I can say, when I seen Dan's pictures on one of the Facebook groups, the blackmail was the first tobacco of his that I came across. And after I read the description and I saw the beautiful plug, I was like, take my money. Where do I get it?
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be giving the description of this. I've been sitting here just puffing along. It's so enjoyable. Well, Dan, they're both winners, but you wanted my honest feedback. On a personal note, this one is more up my alley. Both very good, and both I would smoke, but this is really hitting home with me.
So I can tell you right away, I like big, bold flavors. I love Captain Earl's Night Watch, among many other strong tobaccos. And obviously, for me, this is the one I was interested in. But because the other one was obviously lighter, we waited to do this one second. And yeah, I'm just getting mine going, but it tastes fantastic.
Let me see, where was it? Mark, I have not actually tried that one. It slipped through my fingers. And Kari says she went through 3 tins of Frogmorton Cellar, which was the first premium blend I ever got into. I smoked Frogmorton Cellar heavily. That's right, Alex. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a personal assessment with health risks and what you get out of stuff. But for me, I'm not concerned. I've didn't plan on making it this far in life, so yeah, no, I'm not concerned at all with it myself.
This is very rich tasting as well, but this as a little bit more low end in the flavor. There's more body to it. I'm sure the cigar leaf helps with that.
Well, we both like broadleaf. We've had a lot of it, and adding it to a nice, rich Latakia based blend is obviously interesting, but flavor wise, it's obviously pretty good as well.
Well, he definitely made the right call in pressing this because where I just finished up the bold flavors experiment, comparing the stove tobaccos to the pressed tobacco. Um, I'm glad I had that so recent, and it's so recent in my memory that I could tell some of the changes that the Balkan Supreme made, the changes that came with pressing it. I get some of those characteristics in this. It gives it that oiliness, which also goes with the cigar leaf so well too. But I think pressing this was actually a very good call for the flavor profile present. I'm sure it would have been a fantastic blend, not pressed, but the way the flavors meld together so well, I think it was the right call.
I want to press everything. I'm in the press camp. Just press it all. Makes it handier. Makes it potable. It makes it durable. Press it all. Carrie says that Billy Budd is a good strong one, and I agree. It has cigar leaf. Me and
I
Hunter
love
have tried all the cigar leaves. I have some warped stuff with cigar leaf. What's that one? GLP's one we both like, Hunter?
Key Largo, and he's
Key
not.
Largo is a good one with cigar leaf. I like it. Gotta go. Tunnel Tech Jr., thank you, sir, for stopping by.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Do appreciate you as always, my friend.
Billy Budd, I've smoked a good bit of, and there's also Billy Budd Blonde and all this. I haven't tried those. I've only had the regular Billy Budd, but one that also has a touch of Latakia in it that I really enjoy, that is like Billy Budd, is Big and Burly.
Love Big and Burly. That's one I've been. Dan says, "Hell, I'm a nurse by trade."
I love it.
I like what Tunnel Take said earlier, and he just left. He said, "No one makes it out of here alive. Have a pipe." I agree.
We're only here for a short amount of time. Just enjoy it. Do something that puts a smile on your face, and do something for you.
Of course, that's my view, but that is how I view it, and I get so much enjoyment out of it. It is. It's hard to even. Hard to describe, to be honest. And
definitely minimize your vices and take your health seriously. But do what you enjoy,
Alex says there'd be less angry people in the world if they smoked a pipe. Hey, man, 15 plus years ago when I first fell in love with the pipe, like really fell in love with the pipe, I was smoking in the woods a lot, finding a stump to sit on. And, I was smoking a pipe and like reading my little pocket Bible. And I was having such a blissful time. I thought everyone would enjoy it. Like I stumbled upon a secret. And I got kind of evangelical with the pipe. I said, you guys need to try this. And now we all know it's not for everyone, but for those who know, it is irreplaceable as well.
Well, which Wilkie blend is that? Because Wilkie makes some really great stuff. And actually, I'd have to get the name of it. I think it's called Vermont Maple, but Wilkie makes a maple blend that is like uses actual. Yeah, that's what it is. Vermont Maple. It actually uses maple from Vermont, and even for an aromatic, I really enjoyed that one.
This got a nice spice to it too, Hunter.
Mm-hmm. There's a top. I don't. When I say top note here, I don't mean a topping, but there's something. I don't want to say citrusy, but there's this brighter note, something up at the top that kind of I can almost pick it out. It might be from the Red Virginia. There's something there.
I'm getting a little bit of on a slow retro hell like that. I'm getting a little bit of a nose tingle in the best of ways. This might have a little kick to it, man. This is good. Now this is up my alley. This
Dan,
is
dark burley and black mill because there is a spice element, but of course the Latakia could give it some spice as well.
It can be a bit spice forward at times, guys. I do want to show this beautiful Plug again. Look at this. Look how beautiful. Not plug, but crumble cake. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Give it the finger flick. Hear the ping. Right up to the camera.
My microphone's over here.
Oh. Nah, I can't hear
it. It's hard.
In person, you could hear it.
Here, tell me if you can hear this. Go wake all the kids up.
No, didn't hear that either.
It's hard. It is hard. Put it in a 3-man slingshot and start busting out windows.
Another compliment on this blend. This is staying lit very, very well. This is not fussy.
Mine is too. I'll come on, ever so slightly overpacked. Guys, my heart rate was up so high by the time I packed this. I was getting so nervous. I don't even have like social anxiety, but that was embarrassing. My heart rate was through the roof. I was like, really? Really? Oh, well.
I agree, Alex. I agree with that. There's been a few gentlemen in my life I've known who smoked a pipe, and they're always happy to see the ritual continuing. And I think pipe smoking is continuing. I don't think we're going anywhere.
Piper 81, have a good evening, sir. I guess you're heading out. God bless you. Thanks for stopping by, man. Always great talking to you. Very good to see you.
Bye. Just like Dakota said, thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, Carrie, I got a question. Is it Carrie or Kari? That's a serious question. I'm so afraid I'm pronouncing your name wrong.
Either I got it wrong or you got it wrong yesterday.
I don't know, and I went both ways. I was like, maybe I can split the difference and try to pronounce it like a light, pronunciation. I was so scared.
15 to 20 bowls a day. Man, I can't do that, but I have smoked 10 cigars in a day.
Carrie. It's just regular Carrie, which I thought it was. And then I heard Hunter say Kari, and then I'm like, ooh, I messed up.
Kari because I heard you say Kari yesterday.
I didn't say it until you said it.
What? No, Carrie, isn't it?
It's Carrie.
Here we go blaming each other.
She said the first one. Did I say Carrie first? Did I say Carrie first?
I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Two brothers fighting over a girl. Who would have thought?
Oh, God.
The name, at least. Carrying. Yeah, carry. Like carrying a bag. Okay.
Ooh, that's so...
I'll for that one. I'll take the blame on that. I'm sorry.
Won't make that mistake again. I called Rudy Ruddy, and I thought for sure someone had called him Ruddy. So I called him Ruddy because his name's got 2 D's in it.
He's like, what?
It's Rudy. It is dark barley.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Sweet. Awesome, Dan. Thanks for the input, man. I mean, you're not obligated to give anything away if you don't want to. But I was getting that spice as well, and I was wondering.
And yeah, so the citrusy herbal note, that thing at the top I was talking about, there's something bright going on. He says it's completely due to marrying of the components.
It has to be the Virginias and Latakias and the way they're interacting.
It could be the Oriental, because the Oriental
can have Orientals and Virginias, maybe.
Wait, it doesn't have Oriental in it. I'm sorry. It would be the Latakia.
This don't have Orientals in it?
No, it's just Latakia, Virginia, Burley, and Cigar Leaf. Unless I forgot to write Oriental down, but I don't believe it has Oriental in it.
I perceived Orientals, so I'm way off base. I'm so sorry.
But no, I was getting that this bright note. I don't know. It's just there's all this deepness, and then there's something brighter at the top that you can kind of pick out. And I would believe it is from the marrying of the flavors, because when we press that, all the oils of the tobacco get released, and they mixed in with the oils of all the other varietals, and then it gets soaked back up into the blend. And some really crazy things can happen in the flavor profile. It gives it a nice little punch. I like half and half.
Yeah, Hunter's a big fan of half and half. I don't dislike it, but But yeah, so I guess it's all the high level Latakia that I'm getting Oriental notes from, because when you concentrate Latakia into such a high percentage, you start getting a concentration of the oils that build up on the leaf from the burning of the smoke. Unlike dark fired Kentuckies, Latakia, they are burning all kinds of different hardwoods, sometimes herbs, sometimes um, certain pine woods and stuff even. And you can get a lot of really interesting notes when you have a high concentration of Latakia. And I would have to assume that's what I perceived as Orientals. Very
Well,
interesting.
there is a note that I would perceive as dark fired Kentucky, but it's the charred wood note, and it must be from the Latakia, but it has this kind of charred, oaky, campfirey, you know what I mean? That thing going on. And it was almost, excuse me, I'm still getting over this cough, guys. It's almost reminiscent of a little bit of what Smokehouse has going on.
I got you. So when you get into the higher levels of Latakia, the Latakia also Dan says he doesn't mind talking about the components, just not the percentages. That's awesome, man. I'm with you. Keep your trade secrets. But once you start getting into high Latakia, there's also this oily quality to the smoke that I love. And it's very hard to explain with words, but a high percentage of Latakia has a very distinct mouthfeel for me, and you really detect it in the finish. After you exhale, after you give a nice slow retrohale, and you're really doing everything you can to pick up every flavor note that's available there. There's something on the finish with high Latakia percentage blends that just it's nice. And the only way I know to explain it is it's kind of oily.
And that's, I get that too. And I think that oiliness goes very well with the cigar leaf that is added to this. I think the two complement each other. And then pressing it, marrying the two, the oily Latakia, but then the cigar, leaf together does something really special.
Broadleaf is very thick too. I wonder what he's using to shred the broadleaf. It's a very thick leaf, but it's a very robust leaf. It's a giant, big old thing. I sent Hunter some pictures a month or two ago of some broadleaf that was being harvested, and they were, guys, these leaves wouldn't fit in this frame. They were big.
Absolutely massive.
I can't remember. I think that was Pennsylvanian as well. I think that was Amish country broadleaf. Yeah.
And Alex wants to know, what do you all think is the number one codger blend? That is a big can of worms.
I know what my number one is, and it's certainly not the best, but my number one is the one that I fell in love with first, and that would be Carter Hall. Not because I think it's the best, but because there's no other option for me. It is my I smoked it for a long time before we don't have pipe shops around us. We're in rural West Virginia, and before when I started smoking a pipe, ordering things online was not something I did. You bought it locally or you didn't have it, and like Hunter's mentioned before, the act of smoking the pipe, even when he didn't have great tobacco, was attractive to him. And so, you start on Carter Hall and you're like, this pipe smoking thing is cool, but I don't know if this is the tobacco. Well, once I realized I want to try something other than Captain Black, and I tried Carter Hall for the first time, for me, I was like, this is a move in the right direction. And I just smoked Carter Hall, a lot of it for a long period of time. But I did have some Prince Albert in there. I think everybody likes Prince Albert. I had some half and half in there. I think everybody likes half and half. But for me, it was Carter Hall. I really fell in love with it.
And let me see this real quick. Sorry. I don't know. When you say a codger blend, I can get philosophical with it, but I'm going to assume he's referring to classic codger blends, actual OTC blends, your Prince Albert, Carter Hall, Sir Walter Raleigh. And how do you say it? The number one. Well, the number one in history, I think, would be via sales, Prince Albert. If that's what we're looking at, the most smoked throughout history.
Because it was sold as a smoking tobacco that people rolled cigarettes with and everything else. Walt's an elitist. He doesn't smoke any except Five Brothers and St. Bruno's and Edgeworth. I'm just giving you a hard time, Walt. Blue Line's in the chat. What's going on, Blue Line? Good to see you, buddy. Dan says that he has a sealed 14-ounce tin of half and half from 1982. He wants to open it, but can't yet bring himself to do it. I don't know when the appropriate time to do it would be. You know, it's 30, 42, 43 years old. What a cool tin. When you do open it, I hope you cherish every morsel of it. That is extremely cool. Extremely.
For me, Codger blends, at least of the classics, I have smoked more Carter Hall as well. But at this point, out of what's available, I would say Prince Albert's my favorite. And I know Walt has mentioned Edgeworth, which I've never had actual Edgeworth, but I had the Sutliff match to Edgeworth, which the Edgeworth guy said was very spot on. And I really, really enjoyed it. I don't know, but if we're talking codger in general, like I think Pegasus is a very codger style blend. You know what I mean? A lot of codger blends didn't have the high pre content that like Haunted Bookshop would have, but Pegasus, the idea that Bob Brunowski had was let's take Bond Street, okay, let's take the topping off of it, so you just have the base tobaccos, and let's make a new blend kind of like that. And so, if you take something like Prince Albert, it was just Burley, maybe a little bit of Cavendish, and you had the sweet top note. Well, if you're not going to top it, okay, where do you get the sweetness? Well, let's take this Codger style blend, we'll add a touch of Virginia to it to get the sweetness, and now you don't really need a top note. You know what I mean? You don't get the strong cocoa, but you don't have the top note. And so as far as Codger blends go, you know, in a general sense, I'm going with Cornell and Deal Pegasus.
All right. Carrie said she can't think of St. Bruno's as a codger blend, but isn't it kind of a European codger blend? And there has to be some kind of difference between a codger blend in America back in the day, if you're talking about back in the day, right, or Europe. Because if you read about codgers in Europe, if you think about Tolkien and Lewis and Tolkien, they both smoked a lot of capstan and stuff as if it was a codger blend. So there's some differentiation there. Mrs. Delta Kilo says her grandmother smoked Prince Albert, but she rolled it in cigarettes. Yeah, our maternal grandfather did as well. Alex mixes Carter Hall and Captain Black Royal and throws some Prince Albert in. That's awesome.
I used to do a parfait of Prince Albert and Carter Hall with a little bit of Prince. No, which one did I start off with? I think I started off, so the top of the bowl that what you first smoked was a little bit of Prince Albert, and then the rest of the bowl would have been Carter Hall. So like 80% Carter Hall, 20% Prince Albert on top.
So Kurt says that he thinks Early Morning Pipe and Nightcap are newer codger blends. And I don't know if Nightcap is considered by anyone else in the world a codger blend, but I smoked it like a codger before. I smoked Nightcap at one point in my life by the pound. And I'm serious. That spell of my life, I couldn't even taste food. It was crazy.
That's when back when Dunhill was still selling the big three: Early Morning Pipe, 965, and Nightcap in bulk.
Yep. I was buying a lot of it, man. I love my Nightcap. I still do. I have some tins. But I'm exploring other things, and I'm enjoying that. That's one thing that doing the media stuff here has really afforded me the capability is to broaden my horizons, and it's forced me to. Whereas on my own, I was stuck in my own little bubble. It's done great for me.
I've got a buddy that lives on the Gulf Coast in Texas, and he's in his 60s or 70s. He smoked a pipe for 40, 50 years, but for 2 or 3 decades, 20 or 30 years, all he smoked was a pound of 965 every month. He'd buy a pound of it in bulk, and that was all he smoked. It wasn't a pound a week.
Man, my pipe's going really well right now, and I have such a beautiful concentration of flavors. This is way up my alley. This is quite good.
I like the red Virginia in this. It really complements the blend. He picked the right one for this.
And the right amount. Both important.
And you get all the varietals and the Burley. rounds the blend off nicely. Gives us some bottom end, some earth, and definitely some spice. But this again, the spice, I can taste that kind of dark burley spice in there, and it complements the Latakia.
That slow retro hell, man, is just absolute the chef's kiss. The mwah. You know, that slow retro hell is bringing so much of that richness to the forefront for me. It's Dan says Saint Bruno came out in England around the 1890s. That is so cool. I haven't even had Saint Bruno, but I know a little bit about it. Right, it's very prominent tobacco historically.
If anyone is bored and they want to kill about 10 minutes on YouTube, and I think there's like an entire playlist someone put together of all these videos. There's probably 20 or 30 St. Bruno commercials from England from like the 60s to 90s that you can watch. Condor has some too. Don't let anything ruin that Condor moment.
Yeah,
St.
yeah.
Bruno always had the what was that dog that Beethoven was? The really big dog, Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernard.
So had a Saint Bernard as kind of the mascot, if you will.
Alex asks, isn't retrohaling the best way to enjoy a pipe? Well, the best way to enjoy a pipe is however you, as the pipe smoker, enjoy doing it. But what retrohaling does allow you to do is it opens the smoke up, it mixes it with air, and it passes it over your nasal passage to let you smell it and taste it at the same time, or at least in close proximity. You have far more nerve endings with your sense of smell as compared to taste, and a very, very wide range more open. Taste is actually quite limited when you scientifically look at just what it can detect as compared to smell. So what retrohaling allows you to do is kind of do a taste and smell kind of almost at the same time. But it does bring another aspect that I think is more raw flavor. Whatever's presented in the taste, I believe, opens up in the retro hell myself.
And
Corey!
So this is going to look silly, but just to prove your point that most of your taste comes from your nose and not so much your tongue, take a puff of your pipe with your nose shut like this. Absolutely no flavor. Do it again and let off of it and just flavor. Looks kind of silly. Let's get a little test just to show you how important your nose is when it comes to actually tasting.
Corey's in the chat. Captain Mearsham, my brother superheroes.
There he is. What's going on, man?
Alex talks about some of the St. Bruno commercials. I've seen a couple of those. Yep. Those are classic. I need to look up the or no, it was the other one you mentioned. I've seen. I need to look up the St. Bruno ones.
Vincent and Hedges has a really good one, and Mile of Virginia, or whatever it's called. And I saw so many of those that when I was at the Gatlin, Gatlin Burlier, they had a vintage tin of that from the 70s I had to pick up that I paid way too much money for, but I got it. So, yeah, there's that.
Corey, I am doing better than I deserve. Hey, just to recap, let everyone know what we are smoking. We are smoking Reiver. You got that pulled up? I don't want to say anything wrong.
Reiver Pipes and Tobacco from the Border Blends, which I assume is the series.
Yes.
The blend currently smoking is Blackmail, which is an English with cigar leaf added. That was the description here, and the components are Latakia, Virginia, burley, and cigar leaf. And of course, pressed into a very nice, very beautiful, and very dense cake.
Yes, it's a beautiful crumble cake, Corey. And the cigar leaf used is Pennsylvania broadleaf, which is just incredible. Mrs. Delta Kilo says, we need capes and costumes. Embrace the persona. Hey,
Dakota, you can finally wear your underwear outside your pants. I know Mom used to not let you do that, but you always tried.
I still do it sometimes when I'm at home by myself. It's, it's one of those things.
I don't think I could do the name change. I know it's getting really hot to have the YTPC Avengers, but I've been the pipe hunter for so long across so many boards.
Look, I didn't choose this life. I just want you to know that this life chose me.
I believe that coming from you. I didn't choose this life either. The nicotism chose for me.
That's right, guys. Carrie says, Spirit of Halloween's open, might have your size.
That's great. So I think in October, I've got a jar of last year's warped scarecrow. I think I'm going to dig back into it. And it does have a touch of aromatic quality to it, but it does put you kind of in the mindset of candy corn. That's not the actual taste of it, but it definitely has like a Halloween taste, if Halloween had a taste.
Captain the Pipe Hunter. That's what Corey said.
Can I like be Lieutenant Pipe Hunter?
There you go. Alex is wondering how many bowls you can get out of a 14-ounce tub of Carter Hall or Prince Albert. Man, I have no idea.
140.
140?
No, really. For every ounce, you get about 10 bowls on an average size.
Yeah. That's about right. So I do have this picture of Hunter when he was very young, and he was wearing my camouflage. And I was pretty young too, but I was into paintball and stuff. I have a picture of Hunter in my camo holding one of my paintball guns when he was probably 7, and I'm going to post that and say something like he was hunting for pipes at a very young age.
I love it.
I haven't done it yet. I wasn't going to tell you, but since we're on here, I might as well just spill the beans.
I've got at least 2 or 3 pictures of you throughout your childhood in the photo albums that I acquired of you playing air guitar. Like, not just one, and not the same place. It's like different ages, different building, different location, but you're definitely playing.
Well, I couldn't afford a real guitar. It's what I had to work with. And it's still my best talent is my air guitar talent.
And when you did finally afford a real guitar, you gave it to me.
Hey, man, I'm glad glad that one's seen some love.
Well, I feel like kind of a jerk because I realize you're such a generous person that if I'm into what you're into, you're going to generously gift me everything. You had a guitar, I got into guitar, I ended up with a guitar. You got into pipes, I got into pipes, I end up with tobacco. Well, we do send tobacco each way, though.
We do. We yes. Alex says autumn is pipe smoking season. Alex, I agree, my friend. I've actually been listening to The Hobbit on Audible, so it is just the season, and I've been burning up at work all summer, so the cooler mornings are very welcome.
Because I just finished reading The Hobbit and the first Lord of the Rings book of the trilogy, which I haven't seen the movies since I was little, so I don't really have too much in my head. And it's always best to read a book first and get an idea or a picture of your own before it gets ruined by a movie. So I can actually read the books and then watch the movies and not really lose anything.
The League of the Keepers of the Briar has entered the chat. All right, League, we are smoking Reiver pipes and tobacco border blends. We had the Invictus Mineo first. Now we are smoking the Blackmail, brother. This is an English blend with cigar leaf added, presented in a beautiful, very dense crumble cake, and it is absolutely scrumptious. Talking about Dan says Ravenwood's.
Which Tom?
I don't know how to say it, but it's a great Halloween blend. What I can say, everyone, that's James, right? The guy behind Ravenswoods. I talked to James on Instagram the other day, and I know Smokey Stash got to already try it, get his greedy little paws on some, and I'm wanting to get my greedy little paws on some. And around the 25th of this month, Ravenwood is going to have a burley flake available for purchase, apparently, that looks gorgeous, that I cannot wait to try.
Alex, I think pipe smoking is in the blood. I think some of us are born pipe smokers.
I think so too. I was drawn to it from a very early age.
I wasn't drawn to it until, I mean, I was young, but definitely later than you. But still pretty early by most standards, I would say. I was 17.
You know, well, I'll get into that some other time later. Yeah, it's crazy how things work out. But if anyone knew my quirky personality, pipe smoking just fits so well. Kirk, Carolina Kirkwalt, you mentioned Bison Burley the other day, and I meant to write that one down, and I did not. That's one I am needing to try.
Carrie says that she is smoking the pipe that her dad gave her with Sir Walter Raleigh aromatic in it.
What
And
a cool story.
so I had a kind of a cool pipe. My wife's great grandfather was a World War II veteran. And when he passed away, her grandma, who lives just up the street to us, we're really close to her, grabbed that pipe, her dad's pipe, and gave it to me. She could have kept it for herself, something that was her dad's, but she's like, here, I want you to have this. And so I smoke it from time to time. It's a Willard or a Williard. I can't remember how it's pronounced. The Sir Walter Raleigh aromatic is actually a very good aromatic blend. If you're smoking in a pouch, it's good. But if you get a tub of it when it's fresh, it's really good because it's aromatic, but it's not goopy by any means.
Is today National Smokering Day? Did I see that online earlier? I think so, man. I think so.
Yeah, I got nothing. I did get some Cheerios off last night, but you don't see them in the video though. I got one.
Dude,
I'm not a wizard, man. I'm not Gandalf. I can't do it.
it's the hat.
Oh, I could take the hat off, but I don't have the hair, so it just wasn't meant to be.
So the question is who did Dan have to blackmail to get this recipe? That's what I'm wanting to know. I mean, there's little hints here and there about it, right? This is fantastic. This is really good.
I could live on this.
Well, you know how I did with the Night Watch? I smoked it for months and months and months straight. Only it. And this has hit me a lot like Night Watch with that extra little something different. It's really good.
This has something unique about it that's different than other blends. He did a good job with this. I mean, it's definitely a deep English, and there's a lot of deep Englishes out there, but he achieved something original, though, in that genre.
When you can balance in that high percentage of Latakia, but it doesn't hit you as any kind of weird, like out of balance high percentage Latakia, there is something so special there.
That's such a good balance. It's such a
Yeah.
balanced blend. It's nuanced, it's balanced, but everything seems proportionally right. You know what I mean? It's definitely Latakia forward, but at the same time, it's not too little or too much. I mean, the proportions are just right. And I think he really did good on that, is getting the proportions of the blend right. Because you can find a lot of blends that have this exact same varietals in it. You know what I mean? But getting the proportions down just right is what makes the blend. And I think he really aced that, and then aided with the pressing method here, and he pressed it very well. So I'm very pleased with this.
So Dan agrees that the Bison Burley is good. Walt smoking the Wessex Burley Slice. So obviously, Walt, a man after my own heart. Hopefully, you got some Gentleman Jack with that. Let me know how that pairs. That would be fantastic. Sounds like a winner. Corey says I still need to buy some of that stuff. Yeah, Corey, what are you talking about, buddy? Maybe I can help you out. I think I have your address, old buddy. I might be able to send some over to the West Coast for you.
It does go well with bourbon, but I imagine this blend would go very, very well with a Scotch.
Hey Dan, if you don't mind, let us know what blends you still have in stock, my friend.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I know small batches they're happening in drops, but if I'm not mistaken on the groups, I saw that some stuff is still in stock. And if I'm not mistaken, Dan said in a group either yesterday or today or something that there is still blackmail in stock. So if you guys want to get your hands on what we're smoking here, this beautiful English plug with the cigar leaf, you can go to the Reiver Pipes and Tobacco Facebook group. I hope everybody joins that and get you some of this to try. It's really good. Really good.
Dan, I believe you with the trial and error because I can tell you put a lot of work into this. I mean, this does not come across as something just whipped up. I mean, this is an art form. You know, I can tell you took time, and I see what you're going for. I can tell you were really paying attention to how the flavor notes interacted with each other, and so I appreciate you taking the time to come up with this. So, someone like me who knows nothing about blending at all, I couldn't blend a turd sandwich, but I can, sit down and enjoy this and appreciate it.
Okay, everyone's talking about the bison burley and asking Dan who he had to blackmail. For some reason, I think Dan's responses are coming in a bit late. But he said, I'm going to read them in order. He said, lots of trial and error. And then he said, and tongue burn. Lots of tongue burn from the sampling. So I did a giveaway on my YouTube channel a while back, Dan, and everybody was sending me VRs about their worst tongue bite story. And so I think those are funny. And my own personal worst tongue bite was not one episode, but a cascading event of continuous tongue bite because I am not the smartest one. Yeah, this bison burley, gonna have to get some. Everyone,
To try
everyone's
it.
like it.
And according to Keeper of the Briar, there we're gonna have to try it with coffee. Which actually all my blends go with coffee. But man, that first pipe of the day of some like haunted bookshop with a cup of black coffee is the best.
So Dan is using homemade presses. I wonder if he's using hydraulic or twist press. That would be interesting.
I'd really like to see that actually.
I did see how he. It's a side to side press, and he's got like wood dividers between all of the crumble cakes, and then they're sandwiched together, left to right. It's horizontal. I did see that in a picture, if I'm not mistaken, unless that was someone else's.
Keeper of the Briar, you got me beat.
Yeah, you're some kind of freak of nature, my man. Never had tongue bite, not once. There were several people. It's like I don't get it. And I know Carolina Rose. She's like, and she puffs on that thing. She smokes her pipe. She's like, no, I've never really had tongue bite.
Codger, but if she says she never got it, I believe her.
It's a body. It has to be a body chemistry thing, I suppose.
So my worst case of tongue bite was Samuel Gall with skiff mixture. I mean, it was like I'm surprised I didn't have a blister on my tongue. And it was like you, I couldn't stop smoking it because I had to figure it out. I refused to let the tobacco win. I get a blend. I want to figure out the best way to smoke it and get it to work for me, and I couldn't with that one, so I gifted it to you. And recently, Captain Burley Slice and I were discussing it, and you let it be known to me that you still had some of that left. So
I do. We can revisit the skiff mixture. It's not a problem. I probably have a solid ounce of it in there, so we certainly can.
well, all I need is about 1 gram to burn my tongue alive again. I'll probably be done.
Okay, so Dan says he thinks he has a couple blackmail, a fair amount of Heather Braze, I don't want to say that wrong, Oriental Forward, and a fair amount of Steel Cap, Scottish. So, guys, get a hold of him. You can find him on the group on Facebook, I'm sure. And if you're interested in that, I believe since he has a couple blackmails left, I'll probably be ordering some right after this. So beat me to it, guys, if you want it, because I might be scooping it up. This is way in my wheelhouse, and I'm quite enjoying it.
And this is good for the fall too.
This is very, yeah.
I know this is definitely an evening blend, but like a Saturday morning, when it's real chilly out, 55, 60 degrees fall, you get that cup of coffee at 7 a.m., you go outside, and maybe you just got a little bit of dew on the ground. That would be perfect for this.
So Corey loves velvet, but it bites him. It is a cruel mistress. And Mrs. Burley Slice, who refuses to change her name, says she wants to try the Colt, Red Blood Moon, and Devil's Holiday. Hint, hint. LOL, since Alex mentioned it. So, yes, it looks like I will be purchasing some more tobacco here shortly.
So the velvet, I've got a love affair with velvet. I haven't smoked any in a while. I smoked a couple pouches of that back to back, and like nothing else, I got into it so much. it didn't bite me, but everyone's palate is completely different in their body chemistry, and like you didn't have any issue with skiff mixture, and it absolutely tore me one into
But
the other.
I did approach it with the understanding that you had that incident. You know what I mean? So smoked it very slow and respectfully because I knew that potential. I thought it was going to get me, so I kind of tiptoed around it, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I have like a year ago, early on my channel, I have a review of it. It was quite good. It was a lighter English. Um, you know, it was like Squadron Leader Light, kind of like
Yeah,
that.
it's very Oriental forward. It's kind of in that same ballpark, but it's not quite on home base. You know what I mean? But it's a lot like Squadron Leader, which I can smoke without any issue.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it? I never could figure out why it was bothering me. I love Squadron Leader. Squadron Leader with Tariq is an excellent blend, hard to find, but I've got
Yeah,
a
I've never tried that one. Well, guys, we are almost an hour and a half into this. This has been a fantastic live tonight. Dan, I appreciate you so much for stopping by and taking the time out of your day to answer all of our ill-informed questions and help us with pronunciations and this and the like. So you did a great job. Thanks for creating these awesome blends. Thanks everyone for stopping by, commenting. This has been a lot of fun. Hunter, thank you for joining me tonight. Guys,
me.
we're going to do the podcast tomorrow night. That's For the Love of the Leaf. It's available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We will be smoking these again, and I will have some notes together. This is spur of the moment, guys. Today I worked all day, came home, and we did this. I know the names of these border blends has to do with Scottish lore, and I will be a little bit more informed on the podcast tomorrow. But we will be reliving both of these blends back to back on the podcast tomorrow night, and that will be uploaded maybe late, but tomorrow night at some point. Alex, good seeing you, man. Long time no talk. Uh, Walt, Corey, Carrie, League. I don't know who I'm missing. I'm so sorry if I am missing anyone.
Mrs. Delta Kilo?
Mrs. Delta Kilo, thank you for stopping by. I will see you shortly as well. And you know how I was picking on her for being part midget? Well, she sent me to work with no coffee and took the spoons and forks out of my lunch bucket as retribution. So
Yeah.
she did not kill me in my sleep, though. It could have been much worse.
Well, give it time. Give it time.
All right, man. Guys, I'm going to end this stream. Unfortunately, I wish I could go forever, but such is life. I hope everyone checks out the podcast tomorrow. And of course, I hope that everyone tries these new blends. They are fantastic. And thanks again for Dan for stopping by. And look, right there at the very end, Ravel and Revelation. I'm late to the party and closing up the office, but I want to say hello to you fine jets. Well, Revelation, thank you, sir. It is so good to see you. I appreciate you stopping by, brother. Always great talking to you.
Always great to hear from you, Rav.
Dan says he rarely has tongue bite, but yeah, it's different for everyone. It is such a personal experience, and it can do with heat and moisture. It can do with body chemistry, and there's a lot of different factors involved. Obviously, we can mitigate it to some degree with maybe having a drink, watching our cadence. These are things that certain people say help them greatly. For me, it's when I get tongue bite, it's my fault because I'm chugging it instead of sipping it. And, you know, sometimes mistakes are made. That's just how these things go.
But it's like
Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you, even my haters. And I'm going to hand it over to Hunter to let him say his final thoughts.
Yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. We appreciate you joining in on the live. Last night was more of a test run to see if we can get Zoom to work out, but now I think we've got Zoom dialed in, so we can make this a more regular thing. At least I know you like to do several lives throughout the week. It seems. I think we can do probably at least one a week. We'll see how that goes, but
we'll see. You know, I just started doing the lives, and it's working. It's a lot of fun, and is hey, Mushroom Leg. Just signing off, brother. I appreciate you stopping by, though. Everybody go check out Mushroom Leg as well. He's got some great videos and some great experiences. He definitely has some experience with some of the burleys I like.
So, with this being YouTube, do I sign off with the keep smoking, keep puffing, keep enjoying?
Hey, man, do it however you want to.
Or do I go with the get with the nicotism? I don't know which one to do here.
However you want. Dealer's choice, my friend.
You guys have a good night and enjoy your pipes.
All right, guys. This is Captain Burley Slice. This has been a successful live stream, and I do appreciate everyone for not just stopping by, but supporting us by interacting with us. It has been a great one, and I love each and every one of you. Let's have a great weekend, guys. And I think it's more important right now than ever. Let's show some love in the world. I think this world needs that, and it's easy to get disheartened with current events. But let's do some random deeds of kindness and share some love. And there's no better community than the pipe community. All right, guys.